There's lots of ways to lay out control sizes and positions. The easiest way, obviously, is click and drag. If I click and drag a control around, I change its position. I can use the same technique to change its size. You can see I can use the snap lines then to control the size of two controls and make them be the same size. I can also use the Properties window to control the size property here. On the Format menu, we can do fun tricks like this. Let me select one control and then Control-click to select another one. Now if I go to the Format menu, we can choose all sorts of things like Align Rights. That will align the right-hand side of controls. How do you know which control it's going to align to? Well, look at the little handles on them. Let's try this again. Let me lay these out, say like this, and now select all three. The text box, Control-click on this, Control-click on this. Which control will these line up to? Well, it should be pretty clear. The one that has white handles controls the alignment. So if we choose the Format menu, Align Rights, they align to the right-hand side of the control with white handles. If I choose a different control by clicking on it, now it becomes the white-handled control, and everything else aligns to it. Format, let's make same size. Let's make all the widths the same. And now they're all the same as the button. Wait a second, you say. The label's width didn't change. Why is that? Let's go look at the properties of the label. Let me select just the label. And you'll see if you dig hard enough, there is an auto size property for a label, so that it's never any larger or smaller than it needs to be based on its current text. If I change this to false, then you'll see that the size does match the other two controls. Let's confirm this. Control-click all of them, and now choose Format, Make Same Size, Width, and you'll see they're all the same. Now you can also select multiple controls just by clicking and dragging and let this expando rubber band-like thing go around all the controls you once selected. I must have clicked and let go in the wrong time. There we go. So you see that we have all the controls now selected. And again, if you don't like this one being the selected control, make this the selected control. And now you can, for example, align the rights, and they're all aligned together. We can do other tricks like vertical spacing. We can decrease so they get closer together. Or horizontal spacing, we can decrease. Of course, there was no horizontal spacing to play with, so that didn't do anything. We can center these in the form either horizontally or vertically. There we go. And we can also center them vertically. There we go. So we've centered these controls in the form. By the way, note that this is not a dynamic thing. If I resize the form, they don't stay centered. There's other tools that can help us do that. We'll come back and look at those later. How about changing the height of these controls? Well, let's see. Can I change the height of a label? Yeah, that seems to work. The height of a button? That seems to work. The height of a text box? I can't. Why can't I change the height of the text box? I can't because its multi-line property is set to false. It can only have a single line in it at the moment. If I change that to true, now it supports multiple lines of text, and I can now change its height as well to make room for multiple lines of text. Let's lay these controls out as we might want them to appear. Let's try a few things. Let's make this height be the normal height. Let's select them all and make sure that's the one we have as the active control. Let's set Format, Make Same Size, set the heights all the same. Notice that these things are also on the toolbar. For example, here there's Make Same Width, Make Same Height. Here we can increase horizontal spacing and so on. Here we can increase vertical spacing and so on. Here we can center. So all the items on the Format menu also appear on the toolbar. Well, at this point, I want to decrease vertical spacing. Let's choose that. Actually, we can even remove vertical spacing and put them all right together. That's not really what I wanted, so I will increase the vertical spacing. There we go. I also want them a little wider, so I can, at this point, select them all and just drag them all a little wider. So there are lots of ways you can work with the layout of the controls on your form.